Good afternoon, folks. Drunken Chef here. Sunday morning. Well, actually, it's Sunday at about 1:16. And today, I'm gonna make some she crab soup. A buddy of mine last week asked me, said, "Chris, got you some crab meat. I was looking forward to seeing a Drunken Chef video of you using it." So here's the first of two. Later today, I'm gonna make crab meat stuffed shells or stuffed shells with crab meat, however you want to say it. But anyway. Right now we're going to make she crabs. Oh, by the way, I know it's a drunken chef video, but it's Sunday and I'm not drinking. Okay. I have here a Dutch oven or a ceramic coated cast iron pot. I think this thing's like 7 quarts, whatever. Right now I'm heating it up. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil. Wow, this will be a fun. And 5 tablespoons of butter. Love the cocoa butter. Butter enhances everything. So, drop this all down in there. By the way, I want to give thanks to that good old friend Curtis Lett for always hooking me up with all this meat and food and everything he gives me to be able to prepare these meals for each and every one of these videos. Right now I'm waiting for the butter to melt, but we're going to use 1 pound of lump crab meat, okay? Now look, this is locally caught, picked crabs. Like I said, a buddy of mine who gets this stuff for me, alright? Now, with any crab meat, you want to pick it. You want to go through it. Even though these guys do an amazing job and lump crab meat has less shell in it, you still want to go through because you're going to find a few pieces. And the last thing you want is to be enjoying some amazing she crab soup and find some shells. Alright. You're going to need a ½ cup of finely thin diced chopped celery, really thin, okay? 1/4 cup of onion minced, real fine, small. Let's see if I can show you a piece. Look how small that is, okay? Now, because I don't have any crab roe, which is eggs, okay, which is what's common in she crab soup, what I do is I boil 2 eggs, and once they're hard boiled, I take and I put them in this doodad here. Can't even think of what it's called. Do that, okay? My butter's starting to thin out there, so let's throw in the celery, okay? Throw in the celery. We're going to throw in the onion. Okay. With any ceramic Dutch oven pot like this, you always want to use wooden utensils, okay? Now, the key is not to burn the butter. Don't burn the butter, okay? We're going to throw in, where it is, we're going to throw in some mace. We're going to throw in 2/3 teaspoon of mace. Where is my measuring spoon? Sorry, folks. Here we go. Usually I pull everything out, try to have it ready. Where is my 3rd teaspoon? It's gonna have 3rds on it. So hot. Two-thirds. 1, 2, 3. white pepper. Ground white pepper. Quarter. Okay, put that in there. What else I put in here? Let's see. I'm cheating, folks. I have my homemade recipe card. Let's see. So I always have my recipes somewhere. Since I don't make sheet crab soup on a regular basis, I always gotta yank out my recipe card so I can remember. And so I can prepare all this stuff. Okay. So what we're trying to do is we're just trying to cook the celery until it's transparent or thin soft. We need to get the flour because we're going to need some flour. And we'll need 5 tablespoons of flour. Where's my tablespoons? Okay. Let's see. I don't know if I went over the rest of the ingredients. Half cup of chicken stock. You'll need 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. 2.5 cups of milk. Went to a restaurant one time and got sheet crab soup, and they had corn in it. So ever since then, I've started adding corn to my sheet crab soup. So I use about a cup. Oh, and cayenne pepper, parsley, paprika. Let me get the paprika down. I forgot the paprika. Where is it? Where is it? Ah, I missed it. Paprika. You see, I'm off my game today. Being a Maryland boy, I was always into Maryland crab soup, which is a tomato and beer-based crab soup. Go figure, drunken chef, right? And I just kind of frowned at sheet crab soup for the longest time. That's a Carolina thing, South Carolina people. Right? But somebody told me I just got to try it. They're like, man, you can't knock it until you try it, which I've done that with a lot of stuff. But anyways, I did try it. I kind of liked it. Had to experiment with it, and once I did, and I got a recipe to my liking, I make it. All right. Start adding my flour to make my roux. 5 tablespoons. 1, 2. Get in there. I don't want to first. There you go. 3, 4. Now, folks, generally I would sift the flour, but I'm not on my game today. I kind of forgot to do that. 5. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to add a half cup of chicken stock. that in there a little bit. Make sure your flour is mixed in real good. Kind of thick in there. As you mix it, folks, you'll notice that it'll get creamy. It'll start looking like mashed potatoes in there. So be careful. Don't burn the roux, okay? You'll get a flavor that'll go through your soup. It'll alter your soup, so be real careful. Now pouring in my 2.5 cups of milk, okay? Mix that in there. It'll thin the roux back out a little bit. Let the milk get hot. Keep moving it so that you get the roux off the bottom. You don't want it to burn, okay? So keep moving it. Now I'm cranking the heat a little bit so I can speed the video up. Because I know some of you probably ain't going to watch this whole thing. But just in case somebody is curious and tries to watch the whole video, I'm trying to go a little faster, okay? But if you're doing this at home and you are watching a video, you want the milk to get hot, okay? You don't want it to boil. You want to keep moving it to keep the roux from burning. But generally, you just want it to get hot, okay? Alright, so move this around. Keep moving it. It's getting hot. It's getting hot. Folks, Old Drunken Chef's going to have to stop this video because his motorcycle is getting wet. Alright folks, I'm back. Sorry about that, but Old Drunken Chef is kind of funny about letting it rain on his Harley, you know what I'm saying? Abigail don't like that. Now anybody knows Abigail with a fat ass, they know how I am. Alright, so the roux is hot. It's starting to try to boil, which we don't want it to do, so we're going to turn our heat down because like I said, you don't want it to boil. Alright, you don't want it to burn. 1 pound of crab meat. I've seen recipes out there that say 2 cups, 3 cups. I don't know what that is. It's she crab soup. Put crab meat in it. I've seen a recipe that uses a 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds. Great. The more crab meat, the merrier because it's she crab soup. So anyways, I like to use lump crab meat, okay? Let me put that in there. We're going to get that down in there. Like I said, told you before, folks, make sure you pick through it. Try to get as many shells out as you can. Man. Alright. Okay, all that crab meat straight down in there. Let the towel go. There it is. Okay, mix that down in there. Mix it in there. Worcestershire sauce. I forgot to tell you, folks, add a 1/4 cup of Worcestershire sauce. In there. Alright. Next we're going to add a 1/4 cup of sherry. Now folks, there's a whole bunch of sherries out there. There's even this cooking sherry, which is okay on certain dishes. But for this dish, we're going to use real sherry. Because if you don't drink it, don't use it. Alright? Quarter cup. Boom, put that in there. And we're going to stir this around. Add my 2 cups of cream, heavy whipping cream. Okay. Like I said, if you don't have crab roe, which is one, it's a seasonal thing, and 2, it's oftentimes hard to get in certain areas. Now, maybe my buddy Kurt give me some real crab roe. Have to ask him. But until then, we're going to put our 2 hard-boiled eggs in there. Some recipes will tell you to use only the yolk. Since I use this thing to mince it up, or whatever, the food processor, to do what I do, I just use the egg whites too. Alright? Because the only reason you're really using the egg is the yolk gives it some yellowish color. That's all it's for, it's just to give it some color. Alright? Add my cup of corn. Zest of a lemon. Which, let's see if I can find my zester. My grater, where is it at? Alright, let me pause this until... Alright, folks. We're back. I had to find my grater so I can do my lemon zest. Alright. About a quarter teaspoon, folks. About a quarter teaspoon. That's all you need. Oops. Come on, that in there. Apparently I forgot to take the tag off. Just keep turning it in your hands, that's all. As you go across the grater. Alright. Parsley. About a quarter teaspoon, whatever, however much you like, it don't matter. And then the paprika, about a quarter teaspoon of that. Actually, for the paprika, use a teaspoon, okay? 1 teaspoon. And that's it, folks. Just at this point, just let it simmer for about 30-40 minutes. Is about all you need to do. Make sure your heat stays on low. Check it from time to time. So, like I said, you don't want this to boil or stick or burn. So keep your temperature low, okay? Just let it sit there and simmer until you got a nice, thick, hearty soup, okay? You can always add more heavy whipping cream or milk if you want more broth and you want to thin it out some. You can reduce your flour from 5 tablespoons to 2 tablespoons, 3 tablespoons, so that it's not as thick. You know what I'm saying? Just whatever you want as far as the thickness and consistency goes, okay? Me, I'm not a thin soup man. I don't like tomato soup, and I dang sure don't like add milk to anything like tomato soup. I see people add milk to tomato soup. I'm like, it's already runny enough to drink. Why you thin it out? It's no longer a soup. It's a V8, okay? So when it comes to soup, I like thick, hearty soups, okay? That's what you want here. And that's all there is to this, folks. I'm going to put a lid on it. I'm going to keep checking it every so often. And in about 2 hours, because I got a whole other dish to make, like I told you. Join us in my next video. I'm going to take some crab meat and stuff these shells, bake them, and put Alfredo sauce on it, alright? So, tune back in for that one. And until then, Drunken Chef.